Good morning, everyone. Good morning, and welcome to Altadena Talks. I am your host, Brian Bacchus. Unfortunately, Jamal cannot be with us today because this segment actually involves his wife's family. Four of their family members lost their homes simultaneously in the fire. And today I'm going to show you a snippet from their special that the Good Morning America did with them on January 17th. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and get that started so that you'll be able to focus on that and um, go from there. So stand by while I get that started. Thanks.
And money to help LA rebuild after the fires. And we have three more donations to reveal right now. They all go to the Los Angeles Fire Department Foundation.
That's right, George. Tinder is giving a $100,000 donation. Jackery donating $50,000 plus generators and solar panels. And Nestle USA is giving $50,000 plus 5 truckloads of Essentia water.
This is the beginning of America coming together to help these folks in California. It's been amazing to watch Robin and Michael set it all up live in Pasadena. Hey, guys, welcome back.
Thank you, Sam. We appreciate that.
Very much so. Communities completely leveled by these devastating fires. And one of those areas right here in Altadena, a very special place and an historic one too. Altadena was one of the first areas in America where Black and brown people were allowed to buy real estate. And now the homes and the businesses that have been here for generations, many are gone. I was with some of the families as they returned for the first time to the rubble where their homes once stood. And if there's one thing the people of Altadena still have after all this time, it is hope.
This morning, heartbreak in Altadena.
The whole neighborhood is gone. I don't know how we're going to come back from this.
An entire community reeling.
To see our city burn down to the ground, pretty much, it's painful.
It all started the evening of January 7th, as powerful wind gusts, 70 to 90 miles per hour, obtained. Over 7,000 structures destroyed, at least 14,000 acres burned, and 16 lives lost. Before the catastrophe, Altadena, home to 42,000 people, known for its picturesque landscape, tucked into the foothills of the San Gabriel Mountains, now forever changed.
The community of Altadena is the individual heartbeats of everyone that's lived here. This town is the most diverse town in LA County.
A town where generations of Black and brown families put down roots. Altadena Town Council Chair Victoria Knapp says she's committed to ensuring the town's diversity and rich history live on.
I feel like my role is to ensure that the Black families, the legacy families, the generational families are protected.
But it won't be easy. This is all that is left of Shalene Hearing's martial arts studio of 30 years. She watched her beloved business go up in flames on live TV.
I wasn't sure if I had a studio or not. People from out of state, students that I've had in the years past, were calling me because they saw it and they were crying. That just made me realize that that was a building, but the building burned, not the spirits.
It was a little mini shopping center. There was a pizza store right there.
At 83 years old, longtime Altadena resident Walt Butler losing everything except his irresistible spirit.
I'm a guy with everything to nothing. I spent my whole life helping people. And I didn't think it would happen to me, but it did.
His emotional story shared by Big Talk, bringing in donations and raising awareness of the historic community.
This is what's unique about Altadena. We liked each other because we see each other almost every day.
Walt standing in the spot where his home once stood. Out front, his car still intact. He remembers the moment he had to escape the flames.
I'm standing right there looking at it. I said, if I don't outrun it, it's going to get me. Me getting away from the fire, it shouldn't have happened.
Just next door, the Jenkins family.
Looks like, behind it, really, washer and dryer. Really, and this was the garage. This is the garage.
Who lost 9 homes in the fire.
And still doing it.
Still at it.
Cousins Ed, Will, and Marcus meeting us where multi-generational memories have been built for over 50 years.
This is my Aunt Paula.
Wow.
She's the youngest sister.
Youngest sister.
All four sisters' houses
are now.
They have the party chairs and tables over here from when we would get together to do game night.
Yeah.
My Aunt Paula, that was her thing, was game night.
Their aunts, uncles, and dozens of cousins who once lived in a 2-mile radius are now displaced, spread out across LA.
This was my grandfather's grandmother. Yeah, so they came here in 1970. So he used to always, tell me, one day this is going to be yours.
It's a lot of legacy that we want to hold on to. We don't want to.
No.
We don't want that to go with the houses, and so we need to be here to make sure the legacy stays here.
Ed, known as the neighborhood plumber, has been on the clock since the fires first broke, committed to building back Altadena, even with his own hands.
You went right back to work.
Had to. We're rebuilding. We're not going anywhere. I don't care who it is. All my family, we are staying. We got electricians in the family. We got carpenters in the family. We're rebuilding.
Yeah, Dina strong. Beautiful Altadena.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
Altadena is just love. Just love. That's it.
One love.
One love.
One love.
One love.
And here now with the amazing, beautiful, dynamic Jenkins family. Aunt Paula, you okay? You all right? You all right, Marcus? Ed? Thank you. Thank you for allowing us to share your story as you have. And Ed, we saw in the piece that you're a carpenter. The family is very skilled, has a lot of different traits, a lot of different talents. And you've said you're not going anywhere. Can you just convey to the folks at home, what is it about this community that makes you want to be here? You've been here for 50 plus years, and to be able to rebuild and go on with your lives.
We're family, even friends. I mean, everybody in Altadena is family. We grew up here, we went to school here, we graduated from high school here, we're back here. Everybody knows everybody. Altadena, Pasadena is big, but it's small enough that you can meet people and run into people in other countries, other states that are from Pasadena, Altadena. So it's a huge family.
It's a huge loving family, and we've sensed that the whole time that we have been here. And
we see that right now by you all being here. You all being here together. And I want to ask you, what do you and your family need the most right now?
Right now, probably just air purifiers.
Air purifiers.
We had a lot of, our aunts and uncles. We just want to make sure they're okay. And then as soon as we get the okay, we're boots on the ground. We're going to rebuild everything that we lost.
You heard him, boots on the ground. And that's the spirit, Paula. That's the spirit.
It is.
And I love how you all are holding each other and holding each other up. You're all right.
And you know what? I love that you're all safe.
Yeah,
you're all
that's it.
You have each other. Yes. And I think, looking at that piece, you truly see what a real family is all about.
Yeah.
Generations of family is all about. You all are great, incredible representatives of that.
And you will have another game night. You will have. You're going to have another. Well, we want to bring a friend of ours, Michael Capone. He is a spokesperson for an incredible organization called Global Empowerment Mission, dedicated to helping people in disaster zones get back on their feet. And Michael, thank you so much for being here. I know you have an announcement you want to make.
Yeah, thank you. So we've been entrenched in disasters for over 14 years all throughout the world, and we're here to empower you. So our organization, in partnership with Bethany Frankel's Be Strong and Stable Road Foundation. We're going to give each one of your households $15,000 today. That's a total of $135,000. It's a small step, but trust and just everyone is doing what they can all throughout the world to support everyone here.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
How's that going to help you right away, Ed?
I need housing right now. We got families scattered from here to Orange County. Everybody, Arizona.
Yeah.
Michael, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
This is what it is. Thank you.
Trust always.
Thank you. Thank you.
And we've got a lot more that we want to share here. You're even crying as well. I mean, it's like, I know it's, how can you not? I know it's so involved. It's your heart. It's your heart.
Okay, we have actually a member of the family that's also my co-host, Jamal Smith.
What's happening, guys? Sorry,
I'll let you take it away
Well-
to recap on that.
Well, no, it was just a phenomenal situation. All those members that were shown there, and there were quite a few who were not in the camera in that actual piece, are members of my wife's family. So they're my like in-law family. I've known them, most of them, all my life anyway, because we all grew up in Pasadena. Again, that's kind of how uniquely small Pasadena, Altadena are. But yeah, it was 4 of the aunts, which are my father-in-law's sisters, lost their property, and then children of them, so 5 of them, so it's a total of 9. So they were completely shocked by the financial gift that was provided to them, but very thankful to be able to share their experience, let people know about the beauty of Altadena and the Pasadena, kind of relationship there, and the fact, as Ed had reiterated a couple times, that they're going to rebuild, right? And it's awesome. And I got to tell you, every one of them is so strong. It's so crazy, and it reminds me of you too, B, because they lost everything, in a matter of hours. I'm talking lifetimes. Aunt Bunny, who was not, she was the one on the far left. They were talking about Aunt Paula, who was the youngest sister, but Aunt Bunny was right next to her. That's Marcus's mom. She had been living in the house that she was there, raised all the kids. She had been there for decades. I mean, just it's crazy. But she's already in the process of rebuilding, so it's phenomenal. And the outreach, not just for my family, right, but for you and for the other members of the community who had such loss, has been amazing. It's just strictly amazing. People are reaching out from all across the country. We know some folks who are in other parts of the world as well that are continually checking in. How are you guys doing? What do you need? What can I send? Or I'm traveling out there and I want to help out. As soon as I get there, contact you and let's make some stuff happen. So it's been great, man. It's been a great kind of response to a bad situation.
Yeah, I mean, you know what I love about our town? I was just telling my family in Ohio, because when I was 8 years old, I came here and I left my family in Ohio to just run into another type of close-knit town like this. Because if we would have moved to LA first, I don't think I would be who I am today. But going from a nurturing city to another nurturing city, I mean, you could just walk up to somebody and say, "Hey, man, what's your name?" "My name's Brian." "What's your name?" "Jason." Let's be friends. It's for real. 7th grade. You want to ride bikes with us? You know what it reminds me of? The movie The Sandlot.
Oh, yeah.
Where the most popular person made the most sorry, non-athletic person feel welcome.
Yep.
And of course, I watched that movie with my son, and he was like, Yeah, Dad, how come we can't live in a neighborhood like that? I said, well, because you were born in San Diego. So, I'm not familiar with this. You're making your own friends. You're doing your own thing. I said,
Right.
but your neighborhood is your neighborhood. We just grew up in a special neighborhood. We were the first to do segregation when civil rights came. We were first to do busing when everybody else wasn't doing it. I mean, I'm blessed to be able to go to field school for elementary school. It took me over into nice homes and elements and new people, and then to go to Wilson and have other people from over here go over to Elliott. Even like a lot of my white Asian friends that I still have to this day. One of the guys said, the Asian guy said, the problem with a lot of us is if we recognize that we can work together, we would all be rich. I mean, a couple of my Asian friends talked to me and was like, dude, you guys, we owe what we got to you guys. You guys were the fighters and the leaders for civil rights. If we would have joined you back then, nobody would have been able to stop us. Imagine Martin Luther King got the Asian community, got the Mexican community, got all the communities walking behind him. Now we equal, so that's what equal rights was about. It wasn't just black people fighting for it. He was fighting for it for everybody, for the Native Americans who took their land, for the Asian people who got put in the internment camps. He wasn't just fighting for black people.
Yeah, and women too. Yeah.
Right.
Things.
But you always have these people who can't stand change. And this is where we are. So I'm just glad to see our community just came together from day one.
Yeah.
I mean, I lost everything, but I was trying to find ways to get people water, to find things to do for people. Here's clothes, here's food. Come down here and eat a sandwich. Get some community camaraderie going. Meet somebody you don't even know.
For sure.
Half these people were coming from LA to help us out.
Yeah.
That person
still comes from Long Beach every day right now.
Right.
I mean, she grew up in Altadena, but she's been living out of there. But she comes every day right now and helps serve food.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's like, a lot of people like this next segment I'm gonna put up is the first house I ever moved into. The family that allowed us to rent their house, and that was the Davises. And so this section, I'm going to actually share it real quick. This was their property that I actually walked by on what do you call it? When I did the live the other day.
Mm-hmm.
And this was their property that they were proud of when they first bought it. That's E.T. on the left, Eric Thomas. That's Daryl Davis in the middle, and that's Jeff Davis on the right. And this was the first property that they had bought. I can find out where I was at. I can't. But this is the first property that they bought that they started renovating and everything. So I'm just going to take you through the pictures. Actually, let me do something here. There we go. So these are, they just acquired the property. They look crazy, but they got on the work clothes. They in there renovating. Now, one thing about these three, they get down in the trenches.
Yeah, they put
in
work.
This is that same front door after the fire. You see even the truck is melted. You see the front light and the Ford. Front light is melted. This was the property before it was burned down. That's the same shot before it was burned down. That's the property afterwards. You can't even recognize it. The only thing you recognize is the crack in the driveway. That's the only thing that gives it away to where something was actually there. Mm-hmm. This is another angle with the big tree in the front. That's the same angle with the tree burned up.
And nothing behind that front wall. Gosh,
right.
It's crazy.
Nothing.
So I was able to, a little earlier today, kind of drive around some areas, and it just you can keep showing those. These are.
Oh no, you go ahead and talk.
So I went up Rosemead and then, you know, through Madre and down New York Drive, all the way through to Altadena Drive. And then I made a right and went up. And I turned right before, you know, that main little turn off where you go down and hike. Look at that.
Yeah,
and what was amazing is going up there, there was very little damage on Altadena Drive on the right-hand side, which blew me away because it started in that canyon, right? I think it was.
Yeah.
Most of those houses are fine. But then I turned and went, I forget what street it was, but I was going towards Midwick. And when I was driving, most of those houses were fine when you first turned. Maybe one on one side wasn't, but then there'd be house be fine. And arbitrarily, there's 2 or 3 houses that'd be gone.
Now this one right here touches my heart because
Yes,
my dad and Daryl Davis's dad were best friends. They loved each other. They always talked. He always went up there when he lived out here and got his famous lemon muffin with a coffee.
Yep.
This is what it looks like now.
I know, that breaks my heart too. I used to go there with moms, man. We would leave sometimes before we would go back home from Muir. We would go there, park in the back, go to the Dutch oven, grab some sort of pastry or donut or muffin or something. Used to go there regularly, man, and it's gone. Shoot, Auntie, I think it's either right next door or 2 stores down. That African shop, she would go there, and there was a drum circle that they would have. They would have festivals in the back, the parking area, on a regular basis as well, and all that's gone too. I mean, it's, you know, Oh Happy Day, that health food spot.
Yeah, I just showed you that right there.
Yeah.
The sign is on the ground now. It was on the building.
Oh my gosh. What's up, Key Man? Good to see you, my bro. And then what else was up there? I mean, it's just devastation. It was when I watched that video that you put up there before, when you walked all the way down from Rancho, all the way down to DL shop. It was gut wrenching, to be completely honest. Very surreal. I mean, I know we've been 3 weeks in and we've all kind of experienced it, but it's just, to see it again live is just crazy.
Yeah, that blew me away because, you know, I've seen people drive by and give you a glimpse. I just wanted to go by and walk slowly and film it as if you were walking into my uncle's dentistry to go get your teeth fixed or checkups or the school. And he lived right next door to the dentistry. So both of those properties are burned to the ground. You know, he's passed away a few years now, but you know, the legacy was still there. My cousins got their handprints in the cement in the back of that. So it's just like, that was something you always could go back and look at. Hey, this is where we grew up, you know, and now right across the street, the school's burned out. But like where Dion's shop is, nothing. You know, the barbershop up there where the Pizza Hut is, not a thing burned there. But
isn't that all brick?
Probably is. And that's what I was saying, even about DL shop. I mean, the paint wasn't even burnt off.
Yeah, that was amazing, because that spot behind him, I saw on the news that the spot behind him was on fire.
Well, now that was the apartments that was attached to the place, but they didn't burn up that building because they were attached later.
Yeah,
and the garage, the ones that were over the garage. So, yeah, man, I was just this rest of this week, I'm going to spotlight people who have had property that they have lost. If you have a GoFundMe account, please shoot it to me with your pictures, and I will make sure that your stuff gets looked at. I mean, we don't have that big of a following, but it's growing.
Yeah.
And I've been invited to come on KJLH next week and talk to the corporate sponsors. You know, since we're boots on the ground, we're actually in the trenches. We're not just coming in here flying overhead with a helicopter going, wow, look at the madness. Even on my personal page, I have used to fly drones around my house and just really get the landscape and look at things. And I got tons of those. I'm going to be releasing them, some of them over the weekend, as I've already done a couple now, just to show you what the neighborhood used to look like versus what it looks like now. I wish I had my drones, but they burned up in the fire. So I'm just trying to make sure that people can see what this was a neighborhood. It wasn't just all black people. It wasn't just all Mexicans. It was every street had diversity.
Absolutely.
And everybody got along.
Awesome. Mm-hmm.
Except for that one lady who didn't like nobody to be parked in front of her house. But hopefully she comes back too and gets a different perspective on life.
Right.
But I think she was like around the age of 84 or something. So she'll probably end up selling and leaving.
Yeah.
Possible.
But you mentioned something that made Altadena so unique. I don't want to say this the only, town in California. By no means am I saying this, but what made it really, really unique is that diversity. Because there were, just like you said, there were whites, there were blacks, there was Latinos, there was Asian, there was European, Italian, you throw anything in there. And there were folks of all backgrounds, and we all, similar to what Walt Butler had indicated, it's like, man, you knew everybody. You were pretty much on good terms with everybody. You didn't always go to people's house for dinner or nothing, but if you saw them down the street,
shit, I did.
I know you would go to some, but not everybody. At least you're saying, hey,
You know what's funny about me,
look
Jamal?
out for one another.
Ever since field school, 4th grade, I would get asked to spend the night by my Asian friends, my white friends, my Mexican friends, Armenian friends, and I met their parents, moms, and families, and they were cool.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't like we had a problem,
Right.
and it's just crazy to see how things turned out. So, and we're still friends, and we're still,
Absolutely.
all working together. I see Aristotle all the time. He's in insurance. He calls me like once or twice a week.
Yep.
I talk to a few people. I talk to Kurt Devon. He doesn't even live here. I talk to him like almost every other week. I used to talk to Greg Payne, but he in Chicago, so he doesn't call that much. But a lot of people. It's funny because everybody says, "Brian, you keep in touch with everybody." You know what it is? It's not that I keep in touch with everybody. It's just that I'm, out of all of us, I'm the most visibly seen all the time.
Even without this, though, you would still be keeping in contact with them.
Well, that is true.
That statement is true.
I was told by Judy Scott. That you like, you was the only male friend that I had that could actually spend the night at my house, and my mom and dad loved you.
Right.
I'm like, I was always chivalrous. I was always, respectful. I always had morals and standards.
Yeah.
I'm the one that tried to set the example.
For sure.
But yeah, we're coming up on the 1.5 minute mark. We're going to try to limit these to 30 minutes a day. I think tomorrow I'll be focusing on some more GoFundMe people to bring awareness. So if you guys have a GoFundMe and you have pictures of your before and afters and you posted them on Facebook, please shoot me the link to the post. And I will, me and Jamal will actually, get you looked at, because people need to know what's going on. We don't know unless you guys tell us.
And we can post it on our respective pages as well.
You can see our website down there, altadenatalks.com. We're trying to get it together. It's not quite complete, but it will be. And I'm actually going to go up to the house that I was living in for the past 6 years and film. I might get a little emotional because I haven't seen it yet, but we'll take that as it comes.
For sure.
So on a lighter note, not really lighter, but I was leaving where I'm staying out in Valencia, and Valencia caught on fire.
Yeah, I was going to bring that up too.
Oh,
yeah, it's crazy up there north of Magic Mountain, all that area, Castaic Lake. It's over.
I just saw San Diego got a fire started.
Yep.
All right, what is going on here? People, to me, these are just now after the fact arsonists. I can't buy that a fire would start out of nowhere in Valencia.
Yeah, it seems odd. It really does.
No, we're going to get to the bottom of it. That's why we got boots on the ground. You've heard it here first. Altadena Talks. Hashtag. We're going to get to the bottom of it, the real nitty gritty. This is not a game.
And Style Clicks thing. Let us show you.
Yeah, always.
Bada boom, bada
This is
bing.
a let us show you production. See, all we do is show you.
Yep.
That's what we do.
Show.
Yeah, show me, brother. Show me.
Let me see what
you're
you
working
got.
with. Show me what you're working with.
All right. We appreciate y'all. We went over 1 minute, but it's all in good intentions.
Love y'all. See you soon.
Peace.
Peace.